Elizabeth Beller's new book, Once Upon a Time, delves into the truth about Carolyn Bessette, who tragically died in a 1999 plane crash alongside her husband, John F. Kennedy Jr., and her sister, Lauren. In every version of reality, Carolyn Bessette was destined to be met with a peculiar blend of reverence and resentment. She dared to be the woman John F. Kennedy Jr., one of the world's most eligible bachelors and America's closest approximation to a crown prince, fell in love with and eventually married. Yet, she would never be forgiven for taking him off the market. Despite the fact that Carolyn and John did not live happily ever after, instead meeting a tragic end in a plane crash on July 16, 1999, which also claimed her sister's life, their story remains impossible to tell without an ominous undertone even in their happiest moments. In death, Carolyn didn't fade into obscurity. The intense attention she received during the 7 years she was linked to the only son of President John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Kennedy ensured that her memory persisted. However, her individuality was overshadowed by the overwhelming tragedy of it all. As the 25th anniversary of her death at age 33 approaches, Elizabeth Beller aims to reclaim the woman who existed beyond John's aura. Her book, Once Upon a Time, The Captivating Life of Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, goes beyond the biographical basics of the 5'10" Boston University graduate. Unlike Princess Diana, with whom she is often compared, partly because John mentioned that Carolyn was spooked by Diana's 1997 death, Carolyn never had the chance to share her side of the story. While media outlets would have eagerly sought an in-depth interview with Carolyn, she had no interest in baring her soul. Tragically, she passed away while still grappling with how to navigate a life that she had been criticized for daring to question, despite willingly embracing it. Throughout the book, the theme of time emerges. If Carolyn had more time, who knows what might have unfolded. Even if the divorce rumors had been true, friends who knew both her and John, both individually and as a couple, believed they would have found a way to make it work. Yet, Carolyn and John were robbed of time. Thus, even a narrative centered on Carolyn, while salvaging her character from the label of a difficult woman, remains profoundly heartbreaking. Here are the most poignant revelations about Carolyn's final days from Once Upon a Time.